Well, hello and welcome to the International Women in Business Expo, virtual expo. And I have with me Jean Wright, sales confidence coach and consultant. Hi, Jean. Nice to have you here from the other side of the world to where I am.
Thank you, Sigrid. It's so nice to be here. It's very cold where I am right now. So, welcome to winter where I am.
Completely opposite to where I am. And Helen, welcome, Helen. Helen, business improvement specialist, is on another time zone to where I am, but in Australia. Hi, Helen.
Hello, Sigrid. So you and I are both cooking while poor Jean is freezing, and you and I are in two different states in Australia. For people who don't live in Australia, normally we have I think three time zones, and in summer we have like five because it just different states do different things. And so Sigrid and I usually speak in exactly the same time zone, but at the moment we're not. I'm really excited to be here, Sigrid. I know that this has been a work of passion and joy for you, and like me perhaps or like you, I'm just really glad that we are here and that there are people meandering around the expo, and I'm looking forward to a couple of days of sharing information and expertise to help people. It's going to be great.
I think it's wonderful. So the whole idea behind this expo is when I saw this way of being able to get together. I mean, for anyone in business across the world, but specifically for us as women, we go to Zoom events where we do get a moment of speaking, those speaking spots all over the world, or podcast spots, that kind of a thing, which is great. We can showcase who we are, our expertise, bring our wisdom into the world. However, it's just that moment in time that we can say something, that we are seen and heard. In this Expo, this virtual expo platform, we have our own exhibition stall, just like we used to have in person on the ground, so to speak. Here we have that as the supportive component of who we are. So it goes much beyond what we say on screen at the time. Every visitor can go and look then at the person who has spoken, who has presented something, go and check out more details on their exhibition booth or stall, and have a look at what else there is to that person, to their business. And I think for us women, we are generally curious. We want to know who's behind that business, who's behind the office that are there. And I think this is a fantastic opportunity for all of us to really expand who we are, what we do, and particularly across the globe. We all have the same vision. Usually, we want to support others, we want to empower others, and we want to take into the world what we know and what we have experienced so others can perhaps learn from it, perhaps take it on board or take it further. That's really the big thing behind this for my or from my end, why I've put this on. And I'm learning as we go along, and I'm really excited that we are here. So I might hand over to Jean. Tell us a bit about, or, tell us a bit about how you see this, how you came to this, and what your impression so far is.
Well, Sigrid, I think we met on a virtual networking group a while ago. And then we had some additional LinkedIn Live programs that you invited me to. And we just hit it off and we were like-minded because for me, I'm an author and you help authors. And so we had that common thread that brought us together. And when you told me about this plan that you had for the expo, it was monumental sounding to me, but so exciting. I never had experienced this type of format before, where you actually feel like, even though it's virtual, that you're walking around the conference, you're going to the booth, you're taking the brochures, which we've all uploaded to our booths, and we're able to be a little creative with how we wanted to represent ourselves. And I didn't have to buy any new items to put on my table like I would if I were in a real conference and sitting there the entire day. And, this is targeted and unique. And honestly, it was much simpler to upload my materials and prepare my booth than I thought it would be. And you were very optimistic from the start. And I said, okay, I'm ready. And it's been a fun little journey. And I really applaud you for taking this on because it's so important to offer our platforms to the world now. We can be using this to expand our horizons, to make new friends and new business contacts. So thank you so much for doing this. And I know it's been probably a very hectic week for you, but you seem to be very calm and cool. And this is what it takes for somebody to take this on. So thank you so much. I've been telling everybody this will be a summit unlike any other that you've attended before. And I think this is going to be true. So thanks.
Thanks, Jane. That's been awesome, and I'm really happy that you could see that angle and that you're here and you did what you could in that compressed time that you had yourself at this time of the year, especially as well. So really good to have you here, that you made the time and can look around and experience as you go with others around, around the expo. Excellent. Helen, share your experience or your insights so far. And you've really been physically, well, not physically, virtually physically there with a few things as well. So let's hear from you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sigrid. I'm just going to close my window a little bit because it's the trucks are coming past now, which is not so much fun. So yes, Sigrid, you and I have known each other sort of, been circling around each other for a long time, and we both are in a couple of different groups that support each other in terms of spreading the word and spreading our message. This arrived on my radar, I guess, at a really interesting time in my world. So I'm relatively newly moved to a new town. And my husband and I had been having lots of conversations about changing the focus of my business because I'm getting of a certain age, thinking, how much longer do I want to work in the traditional way? And I was thinking, so we want to travel and all of that sort of thing. And so I was just starting to get to the edge of saying, okay, I really want to take my business more online, but I still want it. I'm a people person, and Jean and Sigrid, I know you are too. So for me, this was this lovely crossover scenario, and it has actually really pushed me in terms of I've broken through some barriers to get to where I am today, ready for today. And this is a very minor thing for most people in this kind of environment, but I actually have a lead magnet, a form that someone can fill in that takes them to my first ever funnel in a CRM. I am so excited about that. And I know that's so minor for so many people. I've been in business now for probably 40 some years. And I've always just kind of, danced around. I don't need all of that. So this has pushed me into a new space, which I'm so excited. And I'm grateful to you for, Sigrid. It's also really made me think about my offers to the world. So what ways can I interact such that I can work with people that I love, to work with, helping them do what they want to do. And I'm all about small business owners designing a business that they love. So if I don't love my business, then I'm not being true to my values and my core being. So this has been a really interesting experience. I love the virtual platform. It can be used so many ways. I had someone pop into one of my LinkedIn sort of promotional pieces, and they're from a corporate position, and I'm thinking this would also be a great space for an international corporate to use as their virtual expo instead of, as you said before, Sigrid, the boring let's all sit in a Zoom room kind of feel. I have tried to take a photo on the photo booth. It made me look very strange, so I'll come back another time and do that. But it's just a really interesting space, and I love, Sigrid, the list of women that you have attracted in as exhibitors, and I'm sure everyone's going to really enjoy having a chance to interact with people. My husband and I were playing this morning on, can you send me a video link? So him being a visitor, and how many ways can people reach out to me? The opportunities, the ways that people can come together. And I think, Jean, one of you said, the opportunity to really connect to the person behind the screen. So, I do face-to-face work and I do screen-to-screen work, and this sort of somehow does a bit of a mix, which is really exciting. So looking forward to the next couple of days. And also to meeting some of these other fabulous experts like Jean and Lisa, who's now appeared in the room, to get to know them as well, and how can we collaborate and create more of these wonderful events. So thanks for being, and thank you, Sigrid. You have pushed so hard in the last couple of weeks. I'm surprised I'm not seeing sort of bumps on your shoulders from the extra heads or extra arms. You've been like an octopus running multiple things at the same time. So well done, and congratulations on getting us all here today.
That's great to hear. Thanks, Helen. It's really good to bring it all together. And yes, of course, on the road to get somewhere, there's always, great experiences, great moments. And then there are those where the potholes, where you step in the potholes on the road and you might, not quite fall over, but you sort of stumble a little bit. But look, that's behind. We are here, and it's great to see you here too, Lisa. And if you wish to say a few words about this, I know Lisa has been very active in regards to pointing out all the things that are there and how they can be used and how we can use them in various ways. And I think that is great, because there are so many little finer detail features that are not on first approach easily understood or seen. And for that reason, I did make sure that I had created pages for visitors specifically, and of course for our exhibitors, to give as much detail as possible. But of course, you only know what you know. So Lisa's been somebody to point out, oh, what about this and what about this, which is great. Thank you, Lisa. So that's allowed me to expand on what I offered. And as we move into the future, it'll become bigger and bigger as we go. So I'm going to hand over, Lisa. You introduce yourself and share from your perspective what your experience has been and what you're looking forward to at this expo, this International Women in Business Expo.
Awesome. Thank you and welcome. Hello, everybody. It's exciting to be here, even if it is 5 o'clock in the morning for me, but we're here. Yay. Look, I was really blessed to do the Women's Network Australia Expo last weekend, and the whole concept, bit like you, Helen, this just blew my mind. I saw the concept. I've just recently come back into business. I've just moved back to Australia, and I came back in and I saw the video about this, and I felt physically sick because, like you said, Helen, this is just going to expand so much, and it was just like, oh my goodness, this is the next level. It just takes you to that next to that exposure. I looked at what I invested in the expo, even including my membership to the network to be able to be part of that last week. And I couldn't invest that kind of money in marketing and get anywhere near the reach that I get from doing this. And I'm really excited. Like last week was the first one. So as Sigrid said, there was lots learned from it. But I'm really excited to watch this concept grow. And I've been out to all the people I know who are prolific networkers and saying, you need to get a license to do this, because it's just incredible. It really is. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple of days, not the 4:30 a.m. starts, but I'm looking forward to meeting everybody, listening to the incredible talks. The one thing I will say is plan what it is that you want to what you want to watch, because just like a real expo, there is so much going on. The only difference between a real expo, there's no tannoy saying, oh, and in the auditorium we've got this going on, or oh, over in the networking room we've got this going on. So I really recommend that you make a list of those things that you want to watch, and you put those down, because otherwise you just go, oh no, I've missed it. And I did that so much last week. I missed so many that I actually wanted to watch because I was off doing something else, looking around, just like you would be at a real expo. So it's if there's any advice, that's probably it. Just make a note of what it is you want to jump
Excellent.
on.
That's good to hear, Lisa. Thank you very much. And like I said, you have your eyes open all the time to see what we can improve on or what might be there that we haven't explained in detail yet. That's great. Thanks. And making the time that early again, Lisa. Lisa is 2 hours behind Queensland time. We have it just after 7. It's just after 5 for Lisa. So, crossing the globe is what we are doing here right now and what our exhibitors and visitors are doing for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. Thank you all really for being here, and let's have a look forward to exploring this expo together and helping each other with tips and understanding what to do, where to do, and how to do it. And with that, I'm just going to conclude this opening welcome. Thank you, ladies.